episode of Adding Perspective with Josh. I'm Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy.
I'm Aphrodite.
And I'm Emmanuel.
All right. This week we're gonna talk about, some relationship-y stuff, relationships. We're gonna talk about should a person's, affection and the way that they feel about a person, should that come from what a person buys for you or does for you, or essentially buys for you mostly? Or should it come from what a person, or basically how a person makes you feel, which is more of the earned part? Like, should that affection be earned per se, or should it just be like bought through tangible things? And for my, all intents and purposes and kind of thinking about that, I know a lot of it depends on the person. Like, it does. Like, depending on the person in the relationship. Some people like nice things. Some people like, a person buying them something to make them feel a certain kind of way. But then you also have those other people where it's like, oh, you ain't got to buy me nothing. I just want you to treat me right, treat me good, or I just want you to treat me a certain way, right? So I guess my individual perspective on that is the longevity of all of that stuff, right? Like, so if a person has a certain level of income, obviously that means that, we can keep buying stuff, right? But does that mean that the sustainability of that relationship is going to last, right? Like, is that person going to feel the same way about that person versus making them feel a certain kind of way without purchasing anything, right? Or spending all the money in your bank just to make them feel a certain kind of way, right? Me, for longevity's sake, I just think that if you make a person feel good, right? Like, treat them nicely, that goes a lot further than what you buy for a person, or what you may consider doing something that's tangible for a person. I think that goes a further way. But that's just my whole perspective on that. But I think perspectives vary too. What you guys think?
I agree with yours. Just constantly buying someone things in order to keep them or try to keep the relationship going or make them happy or whatever. That has a very short lifespan, in my opinion, as well. So I agree with you.
Yeah. But is it better to be liked, or is it better to be loved?
So for that question, love, shoot, you don't have to like nobody. There's going to be some days you just don't like a person. That includes your spouse or your partner. They just might get on your nerves today, but that doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore or you love them less or anything like that. Love goes much further than like.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. So I guess that love portion or that affection portion should be what, earned instead of bought.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So let's look at it this way. How do you earn? How does one earn love, right? Like in a relationship, how's that earned, right? Like what methods can a person utilize that you guys think that could earn love from a person? And it's generic, right? Like what do you think a person can do to do that?
Show up every day, be consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one thing?
Listening is really big.
Okay. What else?
Reliable.
Okay.
I think being dependable, being there, consistently, like Nrgy said, is really the biggest thing. That's what gains trust and love in any arena, is consistent. So for sure on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think also elements of transparency, also being able to be vulnerable.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to really love somebody or, really be connected to someone, I guess, if you don't know that message is getting through, right? Like that's the thing. Like some people, I guess when you try to love on them or show them some type of affection, some people don't know how to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know how to take that, right? So I think elements of vulnerability are knowing how to be vulnerable is a good thing. I've been seeing that a lot lately. People uncomfortable with that vulnerability word. Comfortable with that. It's scary, okay?
Don't nobody want to do that.
I'm telling you, like people look at that word like, especially men, people look at that word like, oh, I'm soft or something like that. Like, vulnerability is your best friend in most relationships. This is your best friend, like it is.
Yes.
Like, but I mean, I guess sometimes people, and this is kind of off topic, sometimes people view other people's opinion more than they view the person that they're with's opinion. You know, maybe they view their friend's opinion or family's opinion or whatever the case may be, but not really considering the person that you're with.
Mm.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
So this whole idea, I guess, of earning affection or either purchasing affection is, I think that some people use that as like a shortcut, like a cheat code, basically, to say, hey, if I go buy this, they may feel a different kind of way about me.
It's an enhancer. I would say that. I would say it's an enhancer.
I think it's a cop-out. Like, that's what I think it is, man. Like, I think it's a cop-out for not doing the other thing that you're supposed to be doing. You know, like...
You can call it that.
Like, seriously. If you think
it can't exist alone, though. It can't exist alone. That's why I said it's an enhancer. But a cop-out is a way... It's harder to get it out the mud. And getting out the mud would mean straight, no buying, just straight being there, being consistent, being all those things we just said. It's easier to kind of add some water to that dirt, and that's
the thin mud out just a little bit.
Yeah, you got a whole solid foundation. You put some water on that dirt, you can kind of get through there a little easier, So that's where buying and stuff comes in, make it a little softer to get through.
Yeah. I think people utilize that too much though. Like I think that, you have those people that like habitually do things wrong, right? And then the way that they make up for it is they buy you something. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time I let you down, let me go get you something. You know what I'm saying? Like let me go get you this to get you that. Yeah. So what's so weird about that is I think people reprogram people by doing that kind of stuff. Like they reprogram people by doing that. It's like, okay, this is the way that I know they're gonna make it up to me. They're gonna go get me like the most expensive thing that they can buy. So every time they mess up, this is what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Yep, and that causes long-term issues within the relationship because nothing's being discussed, nothing is being taken care of, the issues aren't being talked about. And at some point, that other gift or that big dinner or whatever it is, that trip is just not gonna hit the same. It's gonna get fed up. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hit the same at all.
It's not. And it's basically that temporary conversation that you was talking about earlier. It's just a temporary fix.
Yeah, it is. But it's different though for like a lot of people because what about those people with status? You know what I'm saying? Like, with a little money. It's like, okay, these gifts, they ain't like regular everyday gifts. You know what I'm saying? They got, you get your little watch here. Next thing you know, you do something real bad. Oh, you got a, Mercedes S-Class or something sitting in your dang driveway or something like that. Do you really feel that bad after that, right? Like, do you really?
Well, that's the reason why half of the time, they start lashing out. okay, they bought all that stuff, but now they lashing out because they still feeling some type of way regardless. You cannot hide, or you only hide that for so long. You can only do that for so long. We're not talking about it. And only thing you're gonna do is keep buying something. So like your feelings still matter, and it's not like it's not gonna resurface, because it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But do you return it?
No, you don't return it.
I'm gonna be.
I didn't say that.
What? Did they return the thing that they did that was wrong?
Right. This is a no refund policy.
You're lying, fellas.
No, you
didn't waste your money, fellas.
No, you don't return it.
Just fix the issue. You're gonna win in the long run. They don't care what you bought them.
Well, wait, it goes both ways.
Oh, nah, look, they're trying to be greedy, y'all.
No, it goes
We're
both
not
ways.
being greedy.
Because women, they'll buy men.
Women do that too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, ladies.
sides.
Yeah. It
Women
might
do
work
that.
better with men, though. It might work better with men. Just depending on the issue. We tend not to hold on to things as long or as heavily unless it's a severe, like, it's got to be
I don't know about
severe area.
I guess that depends on the man.
It does. Okay. Because it's some men, right? They be really in their feelings. I mean, like.
In they feelings. Like they feelings.
Sensitive.
They're probably insecure, though. They're probably insecure in the relationship.
I mean, it's just saying, like, I would say all men are different, just like all women are different. It's like, you don't know how a person is going to take it. Like, depending on what that situation is or that subject matter is, you don't know how it's going to go. And then, depending on the subject matter or the situation, how often has that happened, right? Like, how often has that occurred?
That's what I was getting at. That's when it becomes a sensitive issue.
Yeah.
Frequency is it's a multiplier for anybody, though. Like,
yeah, that's essentially why the gifts get bigger.
Pretty much.
Work your way up to a Lamborghini truck.
I tell you what.
I'll be saying that's essentially why people do that. I don't do that, but I'm just saying that's essentially why other people do that, right? Okay, like, because that's not the best form of like resolving issues.
I don't think they're trying to resolve the issue.
Right. I think it's an avoidance tactic.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a cop out. So yeah, I don't think they are even trying to fix the issue. Because I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't be resorting to buying gifts. I would be trying to fix the issue. That's your safest route.
It is. It's the most affordable one.
Some people will do it to soften the blow right before they have that conversation. Yeah, they'll give something, buy something to just soften the blow. So therefore, it's not like this major whatever argument or however they tend to communicate. Maybe some people will buy a gift to just soften the blow a little bit, but then still attempt to talk about it and fix it.
Yeah. I mean, the talking portion of it, I guess, like you're saying, goes a lot better when there's like, the gifts with it. I guess I don't know.
It does. It works.
Yeah, it's the same concept as like if you work somewhere at a job and you're late, you come in with coffees and donuts, it kind of helps be like, all right, we're going to let you slide. You were 15 minutes late.
Right.
You brought coffee and donuts. So.
You was thinking about us.
Yeah.
Got that note taken.
Krispy Kreme, original glazed, okay?
Yes.
Don't take that.
Okay. All right. No sprinkles. I don't like the sprinkles.
No sprinkles and no fillers.
What about the coolers?
No.
What?
I don't do the coolers.
Oh my.
You know, maybe they got a little. I can take that. I don't mind those.
Okay. All right.
In addition to the original glazed donut, yeah.
Hot when the hot sign on, okay.
You see, we got a little too.
Right.
This is why we just fixed the issue.
We talking about donut shop. Like, we talking about those.
She talking about with the hot sign on. So now I gotta stalk this donut place and make sure that they done just made the donuts.
We got roll slow past the Krispy Kreme side. Man. Like, look at it. Is it out?
It's typically on twice a day, first in the morning, and then during rush hour in the evening. Just so you know. I mean,
just so you know, y'all know it.
Wanted to know.
You know that. Like, is that
very knowledgeable on this topic.
I didn't even know that. Like, okay. Like, dang. Hey, good. Okay. Man. Oh my gosh. Now,
if someone was taking notes, you know.
Yeah, now I want some donuts.
Funny.
Oh man, it's so many ways to earn affection. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh man. But earning it, not buying it. Earning it and not buying it. Man, that's a hard one because sometimes I think that some people may think if you did just buy it. Man. I know it's something that we said before, but.
Well, that's true. It is easier. It's because earning it means you have to put in time, effort, and energy.
It does.
So technically buying is easier, but is it, you know, what you really want? Is it what's going to be long lasting?
Yeah. Well, I think that's one thing people don't really consider about the longevity of that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Like, especially when you talk about like earning it versus like buying that affection and stuff like that. Nobody looks at the longevity of how long I'm gonna be able to, you know, do these things. Why do you think people don't look at that though? Like when they're in the
because they in the moment, you know, that's the moment, that's that time. They on a mission. Mission is I gotta go. The other person saying I'm about to receive, and that person said I just gotta do it because I don't want to talk about it. She or he gonna be happy if I just get him this and then get over it. That's how they feel.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it is. And the sad part is that eventually that's not really how it's going to be received eventually, way differently than it was the first couple of times you did it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I think a lot of people, I think it all depends on the person and stuff like that too, because it's some small, superficial type situations that happen with that too. Like sometimes people only look at the surface of people and they just kind of think that, okay, they have nice things, so they must also like nice things. And then sometimes you just kind of roll into just buying people stuff.
Yeah, there are some people out there who are materialistic. And
right.
If you see that they always have stuff, then yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Or it goes back to what I was saying earlier about people don't know how to actually like approach people, right? So instead of trying to figure out how to approach them with words, they rather approach them with other methods. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you like you know, you have those, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with those people, but people that may be in a relationship with someone, but one of them's a talker, the other one's not a talker. right? So it's like, instead of like actually trying to figure out how to communicate better, then the gifts will be another form of that communication.
It's kind of like maybe a situation where one of the people are mad, and then they're in their room, and you just come in the room and start rubbing their feet or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, something like that.
About the issue though. You don't talk about it.
Not the feet. Not the feet.
Right.
This is not a personal experience by any means.
Clearly.
but you know, they just come in there and they just start acting. You know, they're not talking about the issue. It's clearly an issue, but they just acting.
That's funny.
It is. That was hard for them to say.
It was.
Right.
Did you feel the hesitation?
I did.
Okay.
I thought he was gonna go for back, like rub it back or something like that. Dude.
I could have went for back, but I think I don't know, but I think they do it. So. They do. You know, use that example.
That's a strong example, though. Like it is. That's a very strong example. It's powerful. Okay, it is. But you're right. Like that's another example of, you know, a person like doing something that is additional to, I guess, what I mean. I'm not sure if that's a form of like buying affection, though, rubbing somebody's feet or back or something like that. I'm not sure if that's a form of buying affection. You know? I think there's more of, I don't know. I think that's part of the relationship package and stuff. Like, I don't think that that's like a buying thing.
I think if you doing it as a result of, if it's not just like routine or like just you doing it and you're doing it because something went wrong, that's when it kind of falls in that category. It's like, It's like, you know, you in hot water, so you doing this, right? Where you probably wouldn't have regularly been doing this, but you know, you're not in the best mood, so let me do this that I never do, but I know you would like this.
Yeah, I got that premise, but in my head, I was thinking, I was like, if you did something messed up to somebody else, I don't think that person would want you to touch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even just rub their feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta come in with something other than touching them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because that's showing up. Ain't nobody trying to be affectionate in a moment.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think. Like,
I've seen both. I mean, because if they really love you and they do enjoy your touch, you know, your presence. So like, they may really like that, but at the same time, they just not happy with you. So it could be received both ways. It could be outright rejected, or it could be received hesitantly, like, no, I'm mad at you or whatever. But you know, you still kind of receiving it. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I got a hard time with that one, but I go with what you said. I do. I can see the situation, like you see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
But I can see it going the other way too, and be like, you know, don't touch me. Like,
right.
You know what the person did? Oh yeah, don't touch me.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's funny, because I think that's why people go with them grand gestures. I'm telling you, they go find that 24-hour flower shop or something. You know, go get you something. Telling you, that's why people do that. Dang, man. That's good though. That's good. So why is it better to be? I guess. What did I say? Liked than loved? I guess. Like, why do you think it's better? Why? Which version of that did we say was better?
Loved.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emmanuel, did you respond?
Yeah, I think I agree with love. It depends. It depends. Sometimes at its highest, extremist level, I might not want to be loved, because sometimes that could be over like overwhelming. But in its most general state, then yeah, I would want to be loved. And when I say overwhelming, you know, some folks are like suffocating with the love. You know, stalking you. They don't want you to even leave the house.
Yeah, we don't want to be loved like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, just saying, you know, there's levels. Light only goes so far.
It does.
You know, light can only go so far.
Yeah.
You know? And then sometimes if you like someone, when you love someone, you're going to do what's best for them. A lot of times. Where if you like someone, you're going to do what they want. Most of the time. So from that standpoint, light could be better because what you want, you might not be getting necessarily from the person you love. You might just be getting what you need. Where the person that you like may actually be giving you what you want. And situationally, that could be better or worse, just depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. It is.
Interesting.
It is. You know, the interesting thing about, I guess, the whether to be liked or love thing is, I think that love starts off with like you liking somebody that turns into love.
Right.
So I think, I don't know. I don't know if I answer love or like, but I think I'm like changing my answer to like mixture or something. Like,
Really?
because like I said, you start off liking somebody, right? And then you slowly start, you know, thinking, okay, this could be a little bit more than me just liking that person, which turns into you know, eventually loving the person. So it's like.
So at the end of the day, which one would you prefer?
But you can't have both. I'm greedy. Yeah, I want both. Okay. Okay.
I'm with Nrgy. Sometimes you'll love your spouse, but that don't mean you like them at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Overall, love has much more benefits. You know, it's much more. Overall, it is more ideal. I think that's the way I would look at it. There's perks to both, but I think love has the most perks when it comes to which one I would want more.
Yeah, it does.
Because light can come and go. Just like Aphrodite said, like even Nrgy, like, yeah, I might not like you today. So what does that mean? Does that mean you spit in my drink? Does that mean, you know, someone that loves you may never do that? You know, they may, you know, out of spite, but, you know, liking is just, it's a lot easier for that switch to flip. It's a whole
lot easier. I just like you, so I ain't got to be bothered with you or whatever the situation is. So
and they don't necessarily care deeply about your well-being and all that stuff. It's surface. It's more surface.
Yeah. That's a good point. It is.
Light can change real fast. Real fast, like that.
Yeah, like it's based off moods. You know, like the person is in a good mood this day or good mood, you know, that day. Like, yeah,
I don't want to be bothered with. That's not cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's. We ain't got time for flip-flops, wishy-washy. We need to know what we coming home to. We need to go. we need to know what we gonna be dealing with.
So you may well get rubbed the feet.
Now, I don't know. We ain't gone too far now. Hey, I'll fix the issue.
You about to talk.
I'm gonna go home. All right, baby. I messed up. You know? I already know you're mad. Okay, I thought about it too. This is my plan. You know, like, I'm coming. I'm gonna fix the issue. Nope. I can't do the feet rub. I'm gonna fix the issue. Mm-hmm.
Y'all silly.
Yep.
All right. So on that note, earn it. Okay. Earn it. Okay. Earn it. Okay. It's been another episode of Having Respect with Josh. I'm Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy.
I'm Aphrodite.
And I'm Emmanuel. Not rubbing any feet.